Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your weekly dose of Ari, the guy, and Nazo.
The girl.
I didn't see that coming. Anyway, today we're looking at toxic relationships. First things first, we made a video earlier of how to live a toxic relationship, and then I realized that some of these toxic relationships, people fall into them without, some they know, some they don't. So that brings us to this new topic, which is why Nigerians fall into toxic relationships. Number one is the fear of being alone. Yes, it might sound absurd to someone else who's not like that vast, but some persons are scared of being alone. They don't like it. They just want to be with someone. They don't care who. It's like a lady, okay, let's say it's like a lady saying she just wants to get married. It doesn't matter who, I just want to marry. There's a possibility she might end up falling in love with the wrong person, and then tomorrow on Twitter you start saying justice for Amara, justice for Biola.
Oh my god!
These are things that cause it, the fear of being alone, because they believe that their happiness, or they only gain this validation, or they only feel good about themselves when they are tied with someone. So, and it's normal to want a partner. It's normal to want a partner. There's nothing wrong with that. But then, you on your own, you should know what you want. If you don't know what you want, that means anybody can just come and you would accept, because you don't want to be on your own. You
should have a basic standard. Okay, I think this is why a lot of us be entering rubbish relationships that people will be doing anyhow, and they will be sitting down and be taking it. No, you should have a little bit of characteristics that you are looking for. Okay. Do you understand? People that go to match your energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? People that go to do it well, and also you be somebody that does people well, because you cannot look for what you are not willing to give.
Yeah, what you're not willing to give.
Yeah. So yeah. Please don't be afraid to be alone.
And understand something. You don't want to be in a toxic relationship. You have to understand that you have to be scared of being alone. Your self-worth is not a direct correlation of your relationship status.
Can I say, before we even move on, being alone is not being lonely. Some people misunderstand or misinterpret being alone for being lonely. If you are lonely is a different thing. You know, if you are lonely, you might get bouts of depression and all of these things. You can be alone and be like the happiest person in the world. Do you understand? It does not mean you shouldn't have friendships. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have things that you're doing, your career, your work, you know. Live life. You can be alone and do that. You don't have to be. So don't confuse being alone with being alone.
And that's number one reason why I think a lot of Nigerians fall into toxic relationships, because they have this fear of they don't want to be alone. Their self-worth is just tied to...
I think it's fear of loneliness.
Yes, their self-worth is tied to their relationship status, and that's wrong. Number two is low self-esteem. Now we see this all through, from growing up, from getting bullied, to even till old age self. That's how bad low self-esteem is. And another reason why some persons fall into that is because they just feel, oh, I don't deserve this person. You could see a guy now, he's good looking, he has everything, but as long as the mind there is telling him that he's not worth it, that's what he believes. So anybody who comes to him, he feels, okay, I can't get anything better. This, like, I should be grateful for. Yeah, you should be grateful for who you have as a partner, if you guys are serious about each other. But at the same point in time, if you have a low self-esteem, you stand a higher chance of being in a toxic relationship, because then you won't want to leave, because you now feel, oh, I have a low self-esteem, this partner is making me feel important. So you clearly, even if that person is doing all sorts to you, you want to leave that relationship, because your esteem is already tied to that, your partner.
And the validation that they give you.
Also, well, just to round it, it's important to identify why you have that low self-esteem.
It's very hard to see. It can be a accumulation of things that have happened to them from their childhood, even as teenagers or whatever. So some people cannot pinpoint exactly when they start having low self-esteem. Some people can. Some people don't know how to resolve it. Therapy is expensive, we know, but
I won't charge much. Number three.
Self-blog.
Number three, the failure to identify patterns. Now, this is so important. These patterns are what we call these days as red flags.
Amen.
Some guys and ladies see this thing. Me inclusive, I've made the same mistake. Don't think I'm perfect. We see this thing, but you're like,
You're
not even you because you're not, your partner is not accountable to you, and you on the other hand, maybe you are, maybe you're not. You just now something. Example: when a man cheats, they'll say, "Leave him in the man."
That statement
till the day
has
they
to be
bring
the
till the day they bring AIDS and other STIs to your body. Like it happens that like leave him in the man. These are patterns you should see, and actually either you work on them or you work out, but people just stay. And
you can also start to see patterns of violence. Can I just say, I'm not saying that this person that I was with was a violent person, but I saw something and I was not having it. Okay? So one of these days when there was a visitation, I'm not going to say who visited who, but there was a visitation. And then something happened, was a slight miscommunication, but then I got a
750.
It's not a full-on like full slap. It's just like, what's wrong with you? Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that my reaction that day shocked this man to his bones, I was like, never in your life would you ever try. This is someone that's like, let's be honest, like 10 years older than me, okay? I said, never in your, like, you guys, you could see, if anybody could have seen, the shock on his face, like, what, why are you reacting? It was just a small, I was like, if you ever touch me.
But he was joking now, wasn't he?
I don't give a fly.
Why?
See, even in joke, you cannot, that was not, see, okay, let me put it this way. We have a misunderstanding right now.
Yes.
Or there's something like, I'm not happy with you, we have a misunderstanding, and you now go, what's wrong with you?
Oh, okay, I'll get upset.
Because actually, I was mad. Sorry.
Rub it, it's pinning me.
I was mad. I had to immediately cut that nonsense off at that point in time to let him know that, see, I don't play those games. Okay, I do not play those games. If you're going to do that, just step out of my life and keep walking.
Calm down.
No. So you should be able to see,
recognize the funny is that some Nigerian guys and girls notice these patterns, but we stay because of this fear of the unknown. I don't know what is out there.
Nobody knows what is out where. That's how they
brought
COVID-19. That's why they was outside there, but it's came.
That's why you need to have your own standard, and I will tell people don't settle for less. I know a lot of people are going to say, I'm saying don't settle for less, I'm getting older, this one is happening, that. At the end of the day, it's better you settle for what you really want than managing. Because you can only manage for so long. Don't settle for what you really want, is get what you want. Settle for below average just so that you can attain the title of Mr. or Mrs. Like, if I was the kind of guy that said, okay, let me just settle for what I want. If I'm living with the person I'm living with now, I won't be happy. I'm sure of that. Not that the person
I'm living with now.
No, I won't be living with you. If I settled for the other person, settled down with the other person, I won't be in that position because I know that she's a bad person.
You'll go insane.
But I will go insane. I won't be happy. And at the end of the day, either I end up cheating on her or it's a divorce. And I know I don't want any of that in my life. You get my point. So when you notice patterns, either you cut them off or you walk out. There's nothing like fear of them. It's better you're your own and you find someone who appreciates you for you than you just stay and let one guy or one girl make a fool out of you. Don't make any sense. And then lastly, society. This is another good where people stay in toxic relationship, toxic marriage.
Society, peer pressure, everybody is together.
Yeah.
Society consists of your parents, your siblings, your friends, pastors, Christians, Muslims, like ridiculous.
Your babalawo self is part of society.
Ridiculous, what they call this criteria that people have put together as the ideal thing for anybody. Like society at this point, let's even go with the current trend right now. What is trending is Twitter. Put it out on Twitter, everybody has something to say, and they are going to tell you how to run your life. Ladies and gentlemen, be careful.
For me, well, I do social media, but at the end of the day, I like my space. I like to think for myself.
This is why they say you should read. If you read books, multiple books, you will get, there's always an underlying or on there are several underlying things that are termed basic. So,
like another thing that society does, I asked a girl, a kind of ideal man, she would take tall, dark, and handsome. Do you know that most of the time, some of these ladies are not attracted to that kind of guy, but because society says that's the ideal. Look at our movies, our music videos. We want to portray beauty. They bring out a fair girl with long hair who is slim.
With big butts.
That is society telling you this is it. So you have to like search yourself and get back to your original intelligence. What makes you you? That's how you can be. But because if you leave society, they're going to run your life. They'll tell you who to date, who to marry, who to do everything, how to breathe even. They'll tell you that's society for you. And I think these are majorly the reasons why Nigerians fall into toxic relationships. Guys and girls now, I'm not just talking about
everybody is talking about how at the end of the day everybody go chop breakfast. At the end of the day, all of us go circulate.
And now we make it look
at the
like
end of the day, now cruise.
Exactly, we make it look like cheating is normal.
Do you understand?
We make it like some things are normal.
Things are not normal.
There are people in Yaba left today, in Aro, that they are dead. They are like mentally, like unstable because of heartbreak. And then society is like, it's normal. We joke about it. Everything is true. Everything is not. That's how I just say.
I feel like
I joke too, but not everything is a joke.
We're taking things a little too loosely in this our generation now. Like things you should take seriously, at least for yourself, because everybody is so casual and cool about it. You feel that's what. No, people should not take cheating lightly. Like there's always somebody out there that will think the same way you do. Okay, it might take you a while to get there. It might take you a while to find the person, or for the person to find you. But there's always somebody who thinks the same way you do. Like those good things that you think. There's always somebody that does not condone cheating. There's always somebody that does not condone, let's just see where this goes. There's always somebody that wants to be serious with the steps that they're taking with you. So like society is not it, okay? So
that's just it.
Have your basic standard.
Your basic standard.
Just have a basic standard. So that you will know when something.
And then if there's anything I want you guys to take from it, even if all we've been saying doesn't make sense, identify. Look, those patterns, don't ignore them. That's the third point there. Don't ignore them. Don't just assume they are not there, because they are there. And within the 2 shakes of a dog's tail, they are going to come at you.
Wow.
In a way you don't expect.
2 shakes of a dog's tail. How do we get? But it's fine.
So that's it from all, guys. Please like this video,
subscribe.
Share. If you are talking trash, let us know. If you are making sense, let us know. Subscribe to this channel. I will see you in another video.
Subscribe. Thank you.